Have you ever wondered why are two children born on the same day yet into completely different lives? One is born into wealth and the another one is born into poverty. One grows up surrounded by opportunities. Another spends years struggling for basic necessities. One seems to move forward effortlessly. Another has to fight for every small achievement. Nobody chooses these things and nobody chooses their parents. Nobody chooses their birthplace. Nobody chooses their physical body. Yet these things have a massive impact on human life. So naturally, a question arises, how much of your life is already decided? And if so much is already decided, then what is the point of hard work? What is the point of effort? What is the point of free will? Today I'm not trying to prove destiny and I'm not trying to deny free will. I'm simply going to share a perspective that combines karma, life experiences, and by the end of this video, I hope you stop asking, is everything fixed? And start asking, let me work on things which is still in my control. Most discussions about destiny begin with the wrong question. Every time people ask, is everything predetermined? And usually the answer comes from two extremes. One group says everything is written. Whatever is going to happen has already been decided and nothing can be changed. The other group says, I create everything. My thoughts create reality, my actions create reality, and my choices create reality. Personally, I think both views are incomplete. Because if everything is fixed, why make any effort? And if everything is under our control, why are people born in completely different circumstances? Reality seems more complicated than either extreme. Life feels like a combination of what has been given to us and what we choose to do with it. Look around your own family, your relatives, your friends, your neighborhoods. You'll notice something very interesting. Two people can start from similar circumstances and still end up with completely different lives. Think about Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani. Both belongs to the same family and both were sons of Dhirubhai Ambani. Both inherited opportunities that most people can only dream of it. Both had access to wealth, resources, business knowledge, and influence. Yet their journey unfolded very differently. Now I'm not saying one was right or one was wrong. I'm simply pointing to a reality. Same families, similar upbringing, similar starting point, different outcomes, and that is not limited to famous people. You can see the same pattern in the ordinary families. A father leaves behind business, a child expands it, another destroys it. A poor family sacrifices everything for their children. One child transforms the future of the entire family. Another repeats the same struggle. One generation creates the wealth. The next generation loses it. We have all seen stories like this, which raises an important question. If circumstances alone decide life, why do people starting from similar conditions end up in different places? Clearly, circumstances matter, but circumstances alone cannot explain everything. As explained in the last video, there is a concept called Prarabdha karma. Think of it as the portion of karma that has become active in this life. It includes many things that appears beyond our control. The families we are born into, the place we are born, our physical body, certain opportunities, certain challenges, and major life circumstances. Whether one believes in previous lives or not, this observation remains useful. Nobody starts life exactly from the same position. Some people begin 10 steps ahead. Some people begin 10 steps behind. Life clearly does not distribute circumstances equally, and understanding this reality is important because denying reality does not make it disappear. Now comes the more important question. If certain things are already decided, what is not decided? And my answer is very simple. Your response. Life gives circumstances and you give responses. Life presents situations and you make decisions. Life gives you opportunities. You decide whether to use them. Life gives challenges and you decide whether to grow through them or collapse under them. And this is where free will enters in the picture. Your family may decide where you start, but your choices influences where your family goes next. You may be born into wealth and lose it. You may be born into struggle and transform it. Circumstances matter, but they are not the final verdict on your life. This is where the karma becomes important. Many people think karma only means rewards and punishments. I don't see it that way. In my understanding, karma is much broader. Every thought is karma, every intention is karma, every word is karma, every action is karma, and every karma creates consequences. Life may provide the circumstances, but you continuously create future karma through your response to that circumstances. Today's decision decisions slowly become tomorrow's reality. And that is why free will matters. Because every choice is a seed. Some seeds grow quickly, some take years, but eventually every seed produces something. Let me ask you a strange question. If everything is already written, then why do human beings have ability to think? Why can we analyze? Why can we learn from mistakes? Why can we change our opinions? Why can we improve ourselves? Think about it. A lion born in a jungle will behave exactly like any other lion. A bird will build nests the same way birds have done for thousands of years. But human beings are different. A human being can completely change his life. A person who is irresponsible at 20 can become disciplined at 40. A poor student can become a successful entrepreneur. A fearful person can become courageous. A selfish person can become compassionate. If everything were fixed, transformation should be impossible. Yet transformation happens every day. This is why I personally believe that karma and free will are not the enemies. They are partners. Life may decide the situation, but life constantly gives us choice within that situation. And those choices matter. Now let's imagine life is a game of chess. When the game begins, the board is already arranged. You didn't choose where the pieces were placed. Neither you designed the rules. You didn't create the opponents. Many things already existed before you made your first move. But what happens next? Your next move is still yours. And that move changes the future board. Then another move changes it again. Then another move changes it again. And another and another. The more moves you make, the further you move away from the starting position. This is why two people can start from almost identical circumstances and reach completely different destinations. Not because the starting position was different, but because the moves were different. Perhaps life works the same way. I think most people are obsessed with karma for the wrong reason. They are not looking for wisdom. They are not looking for certainty. They only want to know, will I become successful? Will I become wealthy? Will my future be good? Will my problems disappear? But life rarely gives us that certainty. What life gives us is something else. Choice. Today's choice, tomorrow's choice, and the choice after that. The quality of your life may not be determined by how much karma you know. It may be determined by the quality of decisions you make. And perhaps that is the real test of life. Not whether you know the future, but whether you can act wisely without knowing it. So finally, how much of your life is already decided? Maybe more than you would like, maybe less than you fear. Some things arrive before your choice, and something arrives because of your choice. And some things are being created right now through your decisions you are making every day. The purpose of understanding karma is not surrender. The purpose is wisdom. The purpose is preparation. Purpose is responsibility. Because whether life gives you opportunity or obstacles, you still have to decide how you will respond, and that response may matter far more than the circumstance itself. So perhaps the question is not how much of your life is already decided. Perhaps the better question is, what am I choosing right now? Because you may not control every chapter of your story, but you are still writing the next page, and that page matters. Thank you for watching, and remember, stop asking, is everything fixed, and start asking how to choose better for the situation which is in my control. Because you are not here to control every circumstances, but you can still choose your next choice. Thank you.